Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to another edition of Local Outbreak on IPM Nation and 100.1 The Planet. This is Matt Connerton from IPMNation.com. I've got something a little special for you this week. So I recently had the opportunity to sit down and talk with a gentleman named Kevin Sherman. The last time Kevin was on the show, well, it's been a few years now. He's got a project called, well, the January Project. And the reason it's called the January Project is a few years ago, I had he and his songwriting and musical partner, Jeremy, on the show. And they hadn't done anything for a while musically. They were just sort of getting back into things when I had them on. Now, they used to be in a band called Minus Chad for a long time, which, full disclosure, I used to manage Minus Chad back in the day, as they say. And these guys are both just such incredibly talented musicians, Kevin Sherman and Jeremy Morse, and there were some other people too that were in Minus Chad back then who just phenomenal musicians. And Kevin is I think one of the greatest songwriters I personally have ever known. I just have incredible respect for him. I love his voice and I love the way he plays, but his songwriting is, in my opinion, just truly remarkable. Maybe I'm a little bit biased because I also consider him a great friend, but he really is an amazingly talented guy. But they hadn't done anything for a while, and they weren't sure about getting Minus Chad back together, and then they decided to just kind of start over with something new based off of that appearance on Local Outbreak. And it happened to be in January of that year, so they decided to call the new project the January Project. So here we are a few years later, and Kevin's got some new stuff. They've got a new album, and I sat down with Kevin and we talked about it. We talked about some other stuff too. Not the most serious conversation in the world. We do get a little bit silly and goofy and goof on some other things too. But I think it was really, really good. I think you'll all enjoy it. My friend John Hopwood was also there for the conversation, so he sat in as well. But so we're going to play that for you, listen to a couple songs from the new album. They're long, but we're going to try to get in as much as we can. And the conversation was long. We had a long discussion, so we might not fit everything in, but we're going to try. So here it is. This is my interview with Kevin Sherman from the January Project here on Local Outbreak. And we are joined now by Kevin Sherman from the January Project. How are you, sir?
I'm well, and you?
Very well. This is the first time you've been here with me on the show.
It is. I like it. I like it a lot.
Did you have to use the code to get in the building, or was
there
it still
was
unlocked?
A nice lady in front of me that used the code.
Oh, very good.
And then let me in to go on my rampage.
Yes.
So it's a tricky door, though. I couldn't find it. I was standing outside Margarita's, like a stalker on my phone, trying to find it.
Well, you found it.
I'm here.
You're here. What is the January Project?
January Project.
Because if someone didn't know, they might think it was like some initiative, or some government project or something.
Like a project.
Yeah.
It is kind of.
Well, it is a project.
Yeah. It's like a government. Like a government project, only far more important.
Yes.
It's Jeremy and I, who was in my last band and has been my lifelong friend, collaborated to kind of start doing a studio album. There's some various other artists on it that are from New Hampshire, and Mike, my friend Mike, is producing it. Michael, and it's very different from from what I've done before. So.
Oh, yes. No, I mentioned earlier, I hope you didn't mind me mentioning Minus Chad, which is the band when I first met you.
Yeah.
So this is so Jeremy from Minus Chad, of course. He's you guys are like a team.
We're life partners. Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. Wow, that's exciting. We don't make any judgments here on the program, Kevin. Everyone's into whatever they're into.
Yeah. No, we met each other in 4th grade, and we've been stuck together as really people.
I gotta dump that. Yeah,
sorry.
It's all right. I got it. But yeah, I can't. We're on the FM terrestrial radio. Plus, John Hopwood has very sensitive ears.
Oh, I'm sorry.
These things are like disgusting. It's like somebody's thrown up into them.
Yeah, he's also very picky about the mics.
Sorry.
Yeah, I'm sorry for cursing.
No, it's okay. I hit the dump button. Okay, you gotta pick a spot, dude, because I keep having to ride these faders. He's like the Energizer Bunny. He's very excited. I don't know if you got that from listening to the show on the way down. He's very excitable, this one.
Yeah. Well,
Warren Zevon. I'm the original excitable boy.
Yes.
As you can see, I'm very excitable myself.
Yeah, you're a house of fire.
Yeah, I am.
Yes. No, I think that's why we get along. We're both pretty laid back dudes, you know. I mean, sometimes on the show I get a little worked up, but generally I'm pretty laid back.
I can't get worked up anymore. I just don't have it.
Sometimes it's better not to.
We live in an age where every click of a button and there's something to get worked up about. So
yeah. Well, we were talking about that earlier on the show too. I don't know if you heard that part when we were talking with AJ Davis about the outrage culture that we live in.
Oh, absolutely! It's insane, and
it's outrageous.
It is. It's outrageous. Everybody's upset about something.
Yes. Well, why don't we? So you brought a CD in.
Yeah.
And why don't we play a song? Tell us what you want to play. I've got it loaded up and ready to go. Whatever track you want to. You want us to open with? And
I guess we can open with number one.
Number one?
Which is a song called Start Where You Began.
Okay. Anything you want us to know about it before?
Well, it's part of a project that we're working on that kind of touches on a little bit about our society as far as the corruption and the It documents this person's life that has fallen from grace and gone to the dark side of the political and religious world.
Is this this isn't about anyone specific, is it?
No, it's a made-up character.
I'm just asking.
I know all about flipping. For 30, 40 years, I've been watching flippers. It almost ought to be outlawed.
I was just making sure. I didn't know if you were. It just sounded familiar what you were describing.
I mean, it's not. I'm not going to deny it.
Right.
I can tell you that it is the best, absolute best CD that you'll hear all year.
Oh, okay. Well, very good. Well, let's take a listen. So this is what is this called again?
Start Where You Began.
Start Where You Began by the January Project. Here we go.
Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.
Wow, that's nice. This is the January project. What's the name of the song again, Kevin?
Start Where You Began.
Start Where You Began, yeah. And that's, we were kind of talking a little bit while I was playing. You played everything on that yourself?
Yeah, that one, and I did. All the rest of them are Jeremy's a part of, but I just started brainstorming one day, and that's what came out of it.
Yeah. How many tracks are on the album?
Right now, we have 6, which is an hour and something.
Oh, okay, yeah.
We'll start the second CD from that.
Right.
Probably this Sunday, actually.
Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah.
How long did it take you to record this one?
This has been this song or the 6?
The 6.
This is probably 2 years worth of work.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
No kidding.
It's been a lot, and in the other songs that you'll hear, you'll be able to tell there's a lot more layers and a lot of mistakes.
Yeah. Really? What? You left them in?
No. That's why it took so long.
Oh, okay.
Continue
Gotcha.
to redo and redo and redo.
Yeah. Understood. So you're starting the next one now. Are you expecting the next one to take 2 years? Or are you?
It could. There's not really a timeline on this because we really have no fans, and we really
that's not true.
We have no record label or anything. So
how can you say you have no fans? You've got Nicey in the Facebook live chat right now.
True. Nicey is the #1 fan, and if anything ever were to come of music, then he'd be right on the coattails, I'm sure.
There you go. Now, John Hopwood probably has not been previously aware of you, but he hasn't purchased since 1991, right? When was the last time you...
I purchased Madonna. What was that?
The Immaculate Collection, I think you said?
No, something... I don't know.
Well,
And the U2, the one from Germany.
Yes, Zooropa or something, or
Zentropo, is that it?
I don't think
or
it was
is that a
Zentro-
movie?
I think that's I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was a movie.
Yes, sometimes I don't know what he's talking about, Kevin.
that's okay. I usually don't know what anybody's talking about. So.
So if it's after 1991, I don't know.
Yeah.
Or much before either.
Right? Oh my goodness. So you said there's going to be 3 albums total?
Yeah, 3 that I have in mind, songs that I have in mind for it.
So is it a concept running throughout the 3, or do they each kind of have their own concept? Or?
No, it is a concept running throughout the 3. The first songs kind of it kind of works backwards. So the first songs kind of take place as an older person and kind of looking at the mortality and regret and everything that comes with kind of almost dying. And then the next one will be kind of more centered around political corrupt. How did you get to that point of remorse? And then the first one will kind of be a little bit lighter of a song because you're a kid at that point.
Yeah. So what inspired you to kind of go this path as opposed to, say, just writing a bunch of songs that don't necessarily have any connection? And what made you decide to embark on a project like this?
Well, I was becoming really stagnant with my writing, and I did some thinking about it, and I decided it was because I didn't really have any turmoil in my life anymore to write about.
Yeah.
The teen angst was gone, and I was basically just dead inside.
Oh.
Like we all are, a hamster on the wheel, getting, and I just didn't have anything to write about. So I started thinking about, people that I could write about. And then I said, perhaps I'll just make someone up to write about. And
right.
Make up their life story. And it kind of sparked the creativity I was missing.
Right. So this is an anonymous person. They don't have a name or anything.
Right. Anonymous.
Completely anonymous. Yes.
An anonymous, really an anonymous, gutless coward.
So,
well, no, I think that's a great thing to write about.
It is, and the best thing is about it is that I never run out of ideas because I'm just making them up.
Right. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Just making them up. Yes.
Yep. That's
oh, let me turn your mic back on, John. Say that again.
A writer never makes anything just up. It must be part of you that you're, drawing on.
Oh, well, the darkness for sure.
Yeah.
And the misery and that you can hear in the music. And just, I guess I put some of my frustrations about our current state in there as well. So, yeah, there's some draw from within.
Yeah. Does do your kids, are they musical at all? Do they show any inclination to?
They're interested in music. They love listening to music. None of them have the attention span to really sit down with an instrument yet. And if they did, I'm sure it would be destroyed promptly.
They're all pretty young, right?
Yes, 7 and under.
Oh, wow, yeah.
So my house is like the Florence right now.
Yes. Well, don't worry about Hurricane Florence. I don't know if you were listening earlier.
I was.
But,
I heard that we have a blanket of protection.
Yes, I believe Reverend Robertson said a shield of protection.
Yes, that's it. Shield sounds much safer than
is that
a blanket.
like a deodorant?
No.
Roll-on or something?
No, it's better than that.
It is.
It's better because it'll protect us not simply from body odor, but from the hurricane.
How come there's never a himicane?
It is very sexist. I think there should be a person cane. Why don't we call them person cane?
There you go. Because why think this or never.
This
this is part of our shtick.
Yes.
Yeah, you could call it a non-binary.
Non-binary. That's the word
Yes.
I wanted.
There you
but for
go.
some reason, I'm looking at Matt and thinking of the bisexual. Because Yetis.
I don't know why he would look at me.
Yetis and all that.
Yes. Do you have any songs about Yetis? Because you look like you could be a fellow Yeti American. You're
absolutely.
You're also quite hairy.
Yeah.
Not to out you on the air, but
no, I'm actually, for people not watching, I am just hair.
Yes.
Like Cousin It.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But no, I am. I'm a fellow.
Yes. Do you feel that does that inform your art?
Absolutely. There will be a song with the word Yeti in it, at least.
Excellent.
I'll make sure I
look forward to that, because I feel that we need an anthem, I guess is what I'm getting at. Not to put you on the spot, but
perhaps I'll write you an anthem with Yeti for the show.
That would be wonderful.
Just an intro,
because you have no idea the abuse I take.
Yeah,
not physically, but
a lot of grunting and the sounds of like scratching and flies and the stuff we have to put up with.
Yeah, I can handle that. Sounds like just my normal nightly ritual, really.
Oh, well, yes. Well, as I can relate.
And if you could think in the goodness of your heart to come up with a song for Glenn R.J. Ouellette, the People's Mayor.
Oh,
we'd
absolutely.
all appreciate that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if you're familiar with, although you should be. Everyone should know
Golden
him.
Throat himself.
Yes, he's an amazing. He'd be a good person to have maybe for some guest vocals if you ever need any.
Yeah.
Glenn R.J. Ouellette, the People's Mayor, truly is a golden throat.
Well, yeah, I heard that he's got the pipes, and he's good with the follow through too.
Fred in the Fred Bonig from the dailyripple.org says, I'm going to take a knee if you play it. Just saying. I assume he means the Yeti anthem that you'll be composing and recording.
Yeah, well, I mean, we live in America. I guess he can do that, but
although I will be kind of if Fred takes a knee while the Yeti anthem is playing, I will be outraged. And offended.
It's outrageous.
It is outrageous.
I think you're a little bit behind the times, but yet Amaskig isn't official yet, is it, Matt?
Isn't officially what?
It isn't official. Amaskig, that you're the suzerain of.
Right. We're going to be, the West Side is going to be seceding from Manchester eventually.
I thought the entire United States.
Well, perhaps. One step at a time.
The entire continent.
But I will be the master and ruler of Amaskig, or suzerain, as suzerain. And we're going to have our own arsenal of nuclear weapons. It's going to be wonderful.
I think that's great.
Thank you. Yes, it's very exciting.
A whole trilogy.
What about tariffs? Are you going to
tariffs?
Yeah,
we're going to put tariffs on absolutely everything.
Good,
and we're going to do it for the workers of Amaskig, and I can promise you this: it will have no ill effects on our own economy whatsoever.
Oh, good.
Yeah, it's going to be great because I know what I'm doing.
Yeah,
with
I was
tariffs,
worried about that, but if you say it's fine,
I know what I'm doing. Yeah,
I'm with you.
Yes, and he encourages me. He thinks the tariffs are wonderful.
I do.
Yes.
A tariff on music, though, but. For insiders like yourself, the suzerain himself will go gentle.
Yes, you'll get an exemption.
Put a paw on your shoulder.
Yes.
Everything's fine.
Would that make me an Amaskeghan politician then if I have a little, like a VIP card?
Oh, I hadn't even thought that far ahead, which is terrible. I should think that far ahead.
Yeah.
Fred says, well, when they stop shooting unarmed Sasquatches, he'll stop kneeling.
Man, that's a derogatory phrase, Sasquatch.
Yeah. I cannot get behind that, Fred. We get Yetis are white. Fred, I can't even believe you said that in the Facebook live chat. How dare you, sir? This is getting terribly uncomfortable for me, and for Kevin, no doubt, being a Yeti. What he's saying here is it's highly offensive.
Two T's or not two T's?
Well, we can't even. I don't even want to. Oh, well, he spelled it with one, of course, in the Facebook live chat, and I'm not surprised, quite frankly. So, where are you recording, Kevin?
I have a studio set up at my house, so I'm recording. My house.
Very good. I've been asked by a listener, Jay Caden, are you coloring your facial hair? Miss you. No. I don't color my facial hair. How dare you? Why is everyone piling on? Oh, hello to Jay Caden is or John Thompson is in the Facebook live chat, who I think is also Jay Caden under a pseudonym. He's saying, "Are you ignoring your text messages?" No, I just I feel as though I'm being attacked for my Yeti heritage and facial hair.
The Crimson, we can finally reveal, he's the person that's responsible for the squirrel holocaust that's going on.
Oh.
Flying squirrels weren't enough for him. And, of course, they're out of season.
So now, just genocide for the squirrels.
Pretty much, yeah.
I don't think squirrels risen to that level, But
yeah. But well, they try. Good for them. Let's see. Oh, Fred just put something in the Facebook live chat. So who is producing this? You have a producer?
Yeah, Michael is our producer. I always struggle saying his last name because it's hard to say, but it's Palizio,
Polizio, potato.
Starts with a P.
Yes.
But, yeah, he does a great job. He's very creative too, and he is into. He makes a lot of digital music, a lot of beats and things like that. So he brings an interesting perspective to what we're doing, which is always nice to have somebody that's outside of your little comfort box be able to give you some ideas or criticism. So,
and now, are you? So, how did you meet your producer, Michael
Pavalakadingi?
Oh, yes.
No, he actually is my wife's cousin.
Oh, okay.
I met him that way, and so it's kind of close family, close friends.
Yes. So that's a nice way of saying nepotism.
It's nepotism.
Yes.
100%. Which is the only way I roll, really.
Well, who else can you trust?
That's right. And
yes.
Who else will screw you over? It goes both ways.
That's true. I mean, family will screw. Billy Joel? What was it? His I think it was a relative of his wife, right? His wife's brother or something who screwed him on his accounting.
Well, Dane Cook, he had the same thing happen, didn't he? His brother stole from him.
Oh, really? Was it his brother?
I don't know, brother-in-law.
Dane Cook kind of deserves it, though, don't you think?
Yeah. He I don't know. He was too arrogant, I guess.
Yes.
The mighty had fallen.
John Thompson in the Facebook live chat is asking for a close-up of me. I don't usually do the close-up shot, but there it is, because I don't like the way I look on webcam. But there you go, John. Sometimes the people demand it is what happens,
You
Kevin.
got to give them what they want.
The people demand it.
Yeah.
And,
you got to keep the fans happy. And
exactly.
If looking at eye candy is what they want,
right,
that's what you need to do.
So often, folks will say to me, "Why do you do a radio show? You should be on the big screen."
I wondered
so we
that
can
myself.
Admire you in all your glory.
Your chiseled good looks. And,
yes. My chiseled. You should see my. I have a 16 pack.
Yeah, I do too. I'm actually working on a 30.
Yes. Well, that's exciting.
It's going to be great.
Well, we should play another track from your. What now? What's the album called again?
It doesn't have a name yet, the album.
Oh, right.
So it's, yet to be.
We could name it here. We could name it Song for Yetis or something. But you might want to think on that.
How about Yeti?
Yeti?
We'll name the album Yeti.
With one T or two?
Well, two.
Oh, thank goodness. I thought you were going to say one, and then I would know that you weren't really one of us.
No.
All right. What would you like to play next from it?
Well, track 3.
Track 3?
It's a song called La Scoperta della Morta.
Yeah, I'm not going to try to say that because I can't.
It means the discovery of death.
That I can say, the discovery of death. This sounds like a little maudlin. This track.
It's a little.
All right,
just a touch.
All right, so we're gonna get very sad. Probably just as well that John Hopwood left the room.
Yeah,
because we don't want John Hopwood sad is not pleasant.
All right, well that's good. He's hopefully he's in the restroom or something.
Yes. All right, so here it is, and this is brand new stuff. Is this a world premiere, by the way? This has not been on the radio before today, has it?
No, it hasn't, no.
All right, excellent. So we like the world premieres, and this is brand new from the January project. Kevin Sherman is here with us talking about it, and let's listen to another track.
man to do when he's all alone? Waiting for his blood to run cold. Sitting on the edge of my gravestone now, waiting for the wrong train into town. What's a man to do when he's all alone? Waiting
Very nice. That is the January Project. Kevin Sherman from the January Project is here. The Discovery of Death was the translation. What was the actual title?
La Scoperta della Morte.
La Scoperta della Morte?
Yes.
Did I get that right?
You did.
Wow. I'm concerned I sound too Anglo.
Unless, I got it wrong, and then we're both wrong. But no, don't worry about the Anglo, because you can't get much more Anglo than me.
Well, that's a big relief.
Than I.
Right, yes. And I was telling you while I was playing, too, I love the harmonies in that.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah, you and Jeremy sound great.
Yeah, we have to do about 4 million takes and a lot of compression, but we piece it together.
Do you do a lot of takes?
We do.
Yeah.
It's not like the old days when we'd go into the studio and record what we had been playing for countless live shows and then just record it.
Yeah.
It's something that I come up with an idea and then we work on it, we talk about it, and sometimes we'll get the whole song recorded and then decide that it's not the right feel or vibe and throw it away and do it all over again.
How many songs have you written, do you think?
Oh, God.
Everyone always hates this question.
A lot.
If you had to put a number on it, like hundreds?
Hundreds, in the hundreds.
Yeah.
Probably the higher hundreds. I mean,
wow.
I've thrown away a lot of material.
Yeah.
That's just part of the process. You got to write a bunch of bad songs.
Right.
I didn't come all the way out.
Oh, I wasn't. John
sorry.
Hopwood is leaving us. Well, it's a good thing it didn't, because he has very sensitive ears. As
I know, and it's
very sensitive.
I think it's him that brings it out in me. This is just a need to use profanity.
It's that orange shirt that he has.
It is. It makes me very angry.
Yes.
It's a trigger color for me.
It's enraging for me as well. And my father's, and this is true, my father's favorite color is orange.
Oh, well.
So you can imagine how enraged I was in my youth, and still to this day, clearly. I'm a volcano.
Yeah, I can tell.
You never know when I'm going to erupt.
Seeping and boiling underneath. Yeah.
Very often, there's various guests who come on the show who, I follow up with them. I invite them to come back, and they say, you're too volcanic, Matt. And then I say, oh, I'm sorry, did I seem like I was angry? I don't remember being angry. And they tell me, no, there's just something, you seem as though you're literally about to spew lava.
Yeah.
And I say, well, you mean that literally? And they say, yes. And molten lava is very hot. It's very dangerous. And I said, are you serious right now? And they say, absolutely. That is how volcanic you are.
Yeah. And it would kill you.
Yes, it would. Hello to Ed Murphy, who joins us in the Facebook live chat. If not kill you, certainly burn you very, very badly.
Yeah, it wouldn't be pleasant.
You'd be so badly burned, you would wish for death.
Right.
And then someone could play your song, The Discovery of Death, while they pass away.
It's a great song to die to, I think.
Yes. Yes.
I haven't died, obviously, but.
Right. I haven't either. I've never been murdered or anything. I've been really lucky.
Me too. So, spiritually, but
Oh well, of course. Well, we all have. Just waking up every day is it's like a spiritual death of sorts. It's
yeah, it really is.
Yeah. It's nice to do a show like this, and be able to really bring people up and bring up their spirits.
I'm all about uplifting
people. Mm-hmm. Yes, especially on an election day.
Right, it is an election day.
Yeah, so
I heard you cast some votes and you won. You won for these people.
Yeah, I think it's fair to say, and again, some will say I'm projecting. Some might even consider it a precognition of sorts, although I am not psychic, or at least I don't believe I am. But I do think it's fair to say that anyone whom I've talked about or interviewed on the show, they get the Matt Connerton bump, and they then are propelled to victory. And they have me to thank. I'm trying to be gracious about it, but let's be honest. They have me to thank.
So I should thank you right now for the inevitable stardom that will come from the show.
You probably should.
Yeah.
And I would say to you, you're welcome in advance for your multi-platinum success.
Yeah.
And I hope you'll keep that in mind at the stadium.
Oh, absolutely.
Because that's what happens. A lot of people don't know this, but back when I originally started this program as a podcast before bringing it here to FM radio. And one of my early guests on the podcast, Lady Gaga, I interviewed her on the podcast, and the next day she sold 15 million copies of her album. And that's a fact. You can find it on Wikipedia if you don't believe me. And if you go to Wikipedia and it's not there, it's only because someone has deleted it out of malice.
Yeah, it is. I remember when Lady was in here, and it was great.
Yeah, well, she wasn't in here. She was at my old studio.
Right.
It's just basically me and a microphone and a laptop and Lady Gaga.
And Lady, yeah. And there she was. And now she's singing with Tony Bennett. She's
yes.
She's made it.
And I told her that night, I said, congratulations in advance. And please remember that you owe it all to me. And she is an ungrateful wench.
Yeah, she really is.
I mean,
she'll get hers though. Karma comes around.
Oh, I believe that.
Really
I believe
comes.
that. Yes, and we should be clear that we're in no way threatening Lady Gaga, nor would we ever. But
no.
But her lack of gratitude has not gone unnoticed.
Yeah, it's outrageous.
We'll say that. It makes me feel volcanic.
It actually boils some of that molten in myself.
Yes, as it should, frankly.
You know,
attitude of gratitude, that's what I say.
That's a great saying.
Thank you. I actually am the original one to say that.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't know that, but I said that first on my podcast back in 2011. And then next thing I know, I'm seeing it everywhere. I'm seeing it on greeting cards, on calendars. It's
You got Al Gore is what you got.
I did.
You got Al Gore hard.
Yes, I did. Not everyone will know that reference, but of course you're referring to Al Gore's invention of the internet.
Yes, I am. I'm sorry for the people who weren't alive then.
What a lot of people don't realize is that I actually invented the internet in 2011 on my while doing my podcast. And some would say, Matt, how is that possible? That doesn't make sense time-wise. And my response to those people when they say that to me is, hey, why don't you just shut the hell up?
That's a great response.
Thank you. I think it carries the argument. Well,
I mean, the leader of the free world uses it, so it's got to be good enough for you.
Yes, he does. Who's the leader? By leader of the free world, who do you mean?
Oh, Kim Jong-un.
Everyone says it wrong. It's Kim Jong-un.
Kim Jong-un.
I only know that because I did get to meet him recently. That matitude is outrageous, Nicey said in the Facebook live chat. I don't know if you know about this, but and not to brag and name drop and whatnot, but my close personal friend, Dennis Rodman, did bring me to North Korea to meet with Kim Jong-un. And Kim told me that, I'm like the one person who says his name correctly. Well, the one person in the United States who says his name correctly.
Yeah, you and Rodman, really, right?
Yes, we're the only ones.
Other people also. There's a lot of people out there.
It's really just us. It's Dennis Rodman and I.
Oh.
We say his name correctly.
Well, that's good. I mean, I from somebody with a last name that gets mispronounced a lot, I can understand.
Your last name gets mispronounced a lot?
It does, because
really?
of the C in it.
Oh, so what? People say Skirman?
Skirman,
oh.
Yeah. A lot of so Kim and I, we share the same turmoil.
You're like kindred spirits,
yes.
Really. You can relate to Kim Jong-un, I think is what you're trying to tell us here today.
Well, yeah, and I'm a dictator at my own house, so
right.
We share that too.
Do you have an arsenal of nuclear weapons?
I have 3 children.
Okay. Well,
which are, probably more...
Quite destructive?
Yeah, more destructive than 3 nuclear weapons, I would say.
Oh, okay. Well, that all makes sense. Well, let's see. How much... oh, yeah, we got a couple of minutes left. I want to make sure we leave enough room for one more song. But what should people know, Kevin, as far as going online and finding your music? Obviously, you've got the Facebook page for the January Project.
Yes.
So we'll encourage people to like that.
And then we have all of our songs on our YouTube page, which is, I think it's the January Project. If you just search for it, it should come up.
Yeah.
Because believe it or not, there's a lot of people that have done actual projects in January. So you might have to sort through some, but
Yeah.
Just click on the one with the least views and listens, and you should be able to find it no problem.
That won't work after today.
Yeah, well,
After today, it'll have the most views and listens.
that's right. Well, at least, hey, I won't leave you in the lurch like Gaga did.
Yeah, thank
I
you.
promise.
Well, I appreciate that. After today, it won't be the January Project. It'll be the January Project, if you know
Yeah,
what I mean. It'll
I
be
do.
like
Yeah.
the January Project almost, but that would be redundant. You wouldn't want to actually go around saying that. That'd be weird.
I'm just trying to think about how I'm going to spend all the newfound money.
Right. Well, you can give some of it to me.
Yeah, well, I'll fund you.
Sure. I might run for office if there's enough money.
Well, I think you should.
I think I will. I am going to be the suzerain of Amiskig,
That's
which
true.
will be very exciting.
And you'll need funding for that.
I will. I'm going to need to. We're going to have a giant owl that's going to require a lot of money to build. It's going to be this giant gold-plated owl in the town square, which will be somewhere wherever I decide. And every day at 5 p.m., everyone in Amiskig will be not required, but strongly encouraged to go to the owl. At which time the owl will give whatever my latest command or directive is.
I love that idea.
Isn't that a great idea?
It's great. It makes you're almost like Oz.
But better.
Right. Well, you're an owl.
Right.
But people will think you're an
Well,
owl.
I won't be an owl.
No.
People will know I'm not an owl, but they'll know that the owl speaks for me.
you.
I speak through the owl.
It'll
be gold or maybe platinum.
I like platinum.
A platinum owl. And then all my supporters, because everyone will love me. Everyone will love me. They can wear like little platinum owl chains.
I think that's great, and they'll say things like, when you come up with Space Force 2,
Ooh,
yes. They'll say things like, Trump doesn't tell us what's really going on there, but Space Force 2, Connaughton does it his own way.
I wasn't even thinking that far ahead. That's brilliant. I love it.
Well, I should definitely be in your cabinet then.
Yeah, I'm going to need help figuring out what the uniforms should look like.
Well, feathers at least.
I was actually thinking like Star Trek II Wrath of Khan era uniforms.
Yeah, that would be good too. For
Starfleet, not the Klingons. I should be clear about that. Well, and certainly not Khan.
No.
Well, let's... Well, Kevin, this has been great. Kevin Sherman from the January Project. Is so nice to see you, my friend.
Nice to see you as well.
And let's play one more song to wrap up. What do you want to play?
Number 5, and that is called Castle. And
it's called what?
Castle.
Castle?
Yeah, it's Castle, but I pronounce it Castle.
Oh, you're like a contrarian or something. Yes. All right, so we will wrap up with that from the January Project. Kevin, thank you so much.
Walking down the straight line, watching the hours tick on as I spinning forward, move us along. Thinking through the shadows, watching the light start to dim. If you judge the sinners, don't judge the sin. And I feel like it all falls apart at the seams. Even as the daylight keeps fading, I wanna know where does it all disappear? The dust is on the gravestones, moving much closer. Your name building in an idea, it's all the same. Peeking out the window, spider glass of your soul. Once they pull you in, dear, you'll never be whole. And it feels like it all falls apart at the seams. Even as the daylight keeps fading, jaded.
Local Outbreak with IPMNation.com.